This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for July 14th, 2025. Over the weekend, if you stayed to the end of the new Superman movie, you're going to hear Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop's song Punk Rocker is featured at the end of the movie. The song is written by the Swedish alternative band Teddy Bears and first appeared on their 2000 album Rock and Roll High School. The Iggy Pop and Teddy Bears version from 2006 from their album Soft Machine can be heard at the end of the movie. George Harrison documented his time in the Beatles and now a new book shares his photos with the world. The Third Eye was curated by George's widow Olivia Harrison and features photos of the band throughout the 1960s. The book is set to be published in 2026, and according to a statement, The Third Eye features over 250 color and black and white photographs taken by George between 1963 and 1969. The intimate images that have never been published feature George with his bandmates Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and Ringo Starr at work and at play across the world in locations spanning from Liverpool to India. Bring Me the Horizon have collaborated with numerous lo-fi artists to create Lo-Files, a 23-song compilation featuring lo-fi reworkings of various songs throughout the band's career. It was released on Friday. The band saying, "We've collaborated with producers we love from the lo-fi scene to launch a new project where we've reworked Bring Me the Horizon songs and created lo-fi versions. These tracks are for chilling, focus, sleeping, zoning out, whatever you like." A guitar stolen from the Rolling Stones in 1972 has finally turned up at the New York City's Metropolitan Museum of Art. The stolen guitar had been played by Keith Richards, Mick Taylor, Jimmy Page, and Eric Clapton. Back in May, the museum announced they'd acquired a collection of 500 guitars, and it appears one of the most high-profile donations may have been stolen. The collection included the 1959 Sunburst Gibson Les Paul that was played by Keith Richards during their historic Ed Sullivan Show appearance in 1964, a guitar that was stolen during the recording of the Stones' classic 1972 album Exile on Main Street 8 years later. The burglary of the mansion where the band was staying was reportedly carried out by local drug dealers owed money by Keith Richards. Now, the business manager of former Rolling Stone Mick Taylor has revealed that the guitar in the Mets collection actually belonged to Taylor, who purchased it from Richards in 1967 before joining John Mayall's Blues Breakers as a replacement for Peter Green. According to a source, Taylor, quote, has never received compensation for the theft and is mystified as to how his property found its way to the Mets collection. The guitar was also played by Jimmy Page during his time as a session musician, while Eric Clapton played it as a member of Cream in 1966. Joe Perry says that Aerosmith have discussed getting together for a proper send-off after their farewell tour was abandoned in 2023. The Peace Out tour was halted after just 3 dates when frontman Steven Tyler sustained damage to his vocal cords. In 2024, the band announced they were retiring from touring, with Steven Tyler said to be unlikely able to recover. Joe Perry telling Eddie Trunk, "We're talking about it. I mean, except for like anything on the calendar, we're all alive and well, so we'll just have to see. I know there's got to be at least another Aerosmith gig, and I'm not looking forward to putting the set list together for that one," he said. Metallica, who are famously selective and litigious when it comes to how their music is used in outside contexts, that's why it's not surprising that they recently forced the U.S. government to pull a video promoting its drone program featuring an unauthorized use of the classic song Enter Sandman. Now the video has been re-uploaded without the music. Rolling Stone reported that the Pentagon deleted and reposted the video, boasting how President Donald Trump's administration will increase its use of drone warfare. The first version featured Metallica in the background. The second has no music. Rolling Stone also specified that Metallica's representative, quote, confirmed that the use of Enter Sandman in the original video was unauthorized. Soulfly have premiered a new song called Favela Dystopia, a song taken from the band's 13th studio album, which they expect to have out either later this year or early in 2026. And Jeff Lynne's ELO, the reformed version of Lynne's 70s and 80s prog pop outfit Electric Light Orchestra, have canceled what was slated to be their final show ever. The performance was scheduled for July 13th to close out BST Hyde Park's 2025 summer concert series. A statement shared with the press says Jeff has been battling a systematic infection and is currently in the care of team doctors who have advised him that performing is simply not possible, nor will he be able to reschedule. The legacy of the band and his longtime fans are foremost in Jeff's mind today, and while he is so sorry that he cannot perform, he knows that he must focus on his health and rehabilitation at this time. And speaking of recovering, Richie Sambora, formerly of Bon Jovi, reportedly underwent emergency surgery after breaking his hand while playing touch football. He's said to be recovering well after having his hand re-broken and reset to correct the original injury, which happened at some point in April. A source close to Richie Sambora told People magazine that despite being an arduous, slow, and painful process, doctors say the guitarist's healing rate is double what is expected for an injury, saying he caught a ball and some guy gave him a touch right into a curb. He was completely swollen and fractured his hand in 2 places. Despite the injury, Richie Sambora performed live on May 2nd as part of the Kentucky Derby festivities. When he told the doctor that he was going to the Derby, the doctor said, "You're out of your mind." But Richie Sambora said, "See ya, I'm going." The source saying that's the kind of guy Richie is. He's a man of his word. Of Mice and Men have just announced their highly anticipated 9th studio album, Another Miracle, set for release on November 14th. The band saying in a statement, "We're excited to be sharing our new album, Another Miracle, with you all. It's been a long time in the making and the culmination of countless hours of collaboration and hard work. We hope that our fans, old and new, will really enjoy it since we've not only raised the bar on the melodic side, but we've also doubled down on the heaviness all over the album and made what we feel is an incredibly strong and authentic representation of who we are in 2025. And King Crimson has revealed that the band are currently working on a new album. Their first since 2003 is The Power to Believe. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 266, featuring Christina and Andrea from Lacuna Coil, is available now.